Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special Thanksgiving edition of Really Playing Games Starfinder against the Aeon throne. I would like everyone to go around and let people know what your character is thankful for in this very special season. I'll start. My name's Graham. I play Murphy, the Patra operative, who is thankful for all the dead Aslanti we've left in our wake.
This is Brian, the uplifted bear Technomancer, and named Shardik. And Shardik is thankful for salmon.
He's a bear.
This is Garrett, the Kasatha Solarian, and named Zyson, who is ever so thankful that his party keeps dumping all kinds of useful items on his character because he's the only one that does melee.
Very true. Very true.
This playing Yulia, the Vlaka Witch Warper, who is very thankful she can have allies she can rely on.
Aww, what a
Thanks,
good
Ross.
sentiment
I'm
captain.
also Ross, and I'm playing Ozzy, the Ahsoka mechanic, and his robot minion Bobbert, and he's thankful for you, dear viewers.
Oh, look at that. That's
And I'm
so
Patrick.
wonderful.
I am the game master. I play the Aslanti, who are very thankful for the Rune Drive, which will allow them to conquer the universe and enslave everyone who is not a human. Very
Happy Thanksgiving.
So
So-
that's what happens if we fail.
Definitely
yeah,
not.
that's basically that's the stakes. They haven't been, maybe said quite so starkly, but that is essentially the stakes here. So last time, the group took some time to purchase some items, have a little bit of downtime on Outpost Z. A number of items were purchased. You feel you spent almost all of your credits, I think. You've got some floating around,
A
but
lot of
most
them.
of them you spent. Zyson, what did you put your ability crystal into? Was it dexterity?
It was dexterity, continuing
That
to try
makes
and
sense.
tank.
Good choice.
So Hasashir got started on repairing your ship, the Abbey, repairing and upgraded. And Sedona left on what she said was essentially a supply recovery mission or something like that. She seemed to imply that she thought there would be some kind of a dead drop here or something. But she wouldn't allow any of you to accompany her because secrets. You are not actually stewards, so she left and has been gone most of the day. You all went to bed for the evening, and not too long, maybe 1 or 2 hours after you went to sleep, you heard an explosion. I would say you rushed out of your room, but you didn't do that. Shardik stayed asleep, apparently. He had too much salmon to eat.
It's good salmon, okay?
Hibernating.
Did take time to put on your armor, grab your weapons, and you ran out down here to the repair bay. Did that zoom you?
Alright, do you see the repair bay?
You ran down here to the repair bay, and the door slammed behind you. So Murphy, Yulia, and Zyson were locked in the repair bay, and Bobbert and Ozzy were locked out of the repair bay. Immediately after that, the big tool over here that is used to repair the outside of ships animated and started attacking you. Ozzy had what would normally be a good idea and went down to this room over here to turn them off because this is where the controls are, and found that the computer was trapped and it electrocuted him. He disabled the trap, and the rest of you disabled the repair device. I don't think it did any damage to you, actually. I don't think it hit at all. Mostly Murphy just shot it with his laser gun. And that's basically where we pick up. what is this called? The airlock is actually still cycling as Ozzy and Bobbert have run up to the airlock door. And Shardik, you wake up.
We're not in initiative.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, and we didn't. Yeah, we talked to.
Yeah, that's true. So you called Sedona, who said she was on her way because you just told her there was some kind of a disaster. And you talked to Hasashir, who said that he is alive. He was apparently knocked out by the force of the blast, but he is on the Abbey.
Should we go on the ship and check on Hasashir?
That sounds like a good idea.
Sure. Is there any are there any markings around here that would be like a blast, like scorch marks or something like that that weren't from just like a ship taking off or something?
Make a perception check.
Give me 1 second.
Yes. So you notice that on the floor near the power generator, which is over here, there are scorch marks on the floor. And Ozzy, at this point, the airlock finishes cycling, and you can open the northern door.
Okay. While it was cycling, could I have been searching this central hallway for signs of something moving through?
Yes, make a survival check. An 18. No, so this room is pretty clean and you don't see any real signs of movement. There's nothing to put tracks in. There's no trail of slime or blood or anything like that.
All right.
It is a clean hallway.
Cool.
So I'm gonna go over and try to determine anything about this. Was it like small? Is it like a grenade? Is it like somebody tampered with this and like overloaded the battery and that blew up, or what?
You can make an engineering or a physical science check. You immediately know you are above, in over your head.
So to access the Red Abbey is past this force field to the south. Is there you can't physically pass through it, right? You can't just jump out into it.
No. So the way that what normally happens is everybody leaves the repair bay, and then you use the tools that have now been destroyed. Or everyone leaves the repair bay. You turn off the force field, blow all the air out, and then go out in spacesuits through the airlock.
Okay. Are there controls for the force field near...
Yeah, if you simply dropped the force field, you would be jettisoned into space.
Hasashir says that he's okay, so I really think that we should be... really think that whoever did all of this is the more pressing man.
Yeah, I guess if they got in, if it was... force field was deactivated and then reactivated, it seems like something got in, but we don't see anything besides this crazy hunk of metal now.
But yeah, you can pass through the force field freely, right?
Maybe the something is still here. We did fight that cloud thing once.
Oh yeah. I couldn't step out through the force field if it's currently activated, right?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't allow...
Okay, so it's a solid wall, basically.
I mean, you could throw yourself at it and get zapped by the force field.
Okay.
Stops physical matter from passing through.
The point, it's like a giant wall of force.
Okay.
But it's technological. Or techno-magical.
I go over to the captain.
Okay, yeah, can anybody else figure out what this is from? I don't know. This wasn't here when we got here, but
Maybe
I
Ozzy
don't
and
can't
Shardik.
make heads or tails of this.
What are you asking about?
There's
There's
this blast mark here. Is that from? What is that? Does that pattern look like anything to you?
Do you want me to aid you, Ozzy?
So Shardik, you just woke up. You're really not sure what's happening. But apparently, Yulia is asking
Oh, that's right.
to look at scorch marks next to a burned out generator.
Didn't you hear that explosion?
I was sleeping.
So a 24 engineering for Ozzy. So Ozzy, you can tell from the positioning of the scorch marks that the blast was probably not an accident. It doesn't look like the generator just blew out on its own. It looks like something happened to cause that. But unfortunately, what you would look for, more details of that, appears to have been blown out into space when the force field failed.
Great.
This was
So
purposeful.
So wait, it was the stuff from the explosion was blown out into space when the force field failed. So that means that whatever messed with it happened before the force field failed, right? So it wasn't like somebody coming in.
Oh shoot, you may be right.
The logical conclusion would be bomb or something similar happened in here, which then caused the power to go out.
Right.
So the force field, it caused the lights to go out, which everybody but Shardik noticed. And then eventually the system rebooted. A backup generator must have kicked on because the force field came back up. This room repressurized and the lights came back on.
So it wasn't something from outside.
Inside job.
Well,
And
it might have been.
Call was coming from inside the house.
it might be both. It might be something in Station Z already came and blew this up to allow something else to come in as well. You might have two operatives here, or not like me operatives,
Maybe.
but you know. But you know, can we explain the machine going on a murderous rampage, and also why haven't we seen anybody?
At this point,
it was this machine that was on the murderous rampage.
Yep,
yes,
it was.
That machine was on a murderous rampage and is now destroyed.
But something just happened.
Actually, I should let them tell you that. You don't know this.
Yeah. We would tell.
At this point, the door to the airlock opens.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Sedona comes running in.
Huh? Oh, she said.
She says, and she is running in. She says, "I came as quickly as I could. Are you all right?"
Yes, we're all accounted. Hashashir might be stuck on our ship for the near future, but it seems like there's something going on that is decidedly not good. Somebody's been tampering with things.
Tampering? How so?
I'm gonna point to the generator thing and the scorch marks.
Someone said to set the bomb.
That's right.
She
well done.
takes a look at it, and I believe she has no ranks. NPCs don't have ranks, but she takes a look and says, "This is concerning. Was it..." Actually, she's going to roll her own. I see the scorch marks, but how do you know it was a bomb?
I mean, it's sabotage. Basically, it could have been a set explosive. Honestly, the data is inconclusive.
Yeah, it felt like an explosion. I mean, there was a rumble, and
Yes, there was
sounded like a
definitely
bomb.
an explosion.
Yeah.
As to
She-
whether that was a chain reaction or an IUD of some sort, that remains to be seen.
She nods and just appears to be thinking to herself for a minute.
Does
They can't have found us here. If the Aslanti knew we were here and knew who we were, the response would not be a bomb. It would be a boarding party.
yeah, I can't imagine
It would be
the
a raid of the station.
yeah.
She, at this point, maybe at least one of you probably notices that she is outfitted a little differently. She is wearing armor, and she actually carries two guns. One is the gun that you gave her, and then a different one.
It's if someone like hacked into the ship repair thing, could they see the room, or like is there a video feed they hacked into, and could that be done remotely, or do they have to be like at a console to do it? How does that work? I don't know the computer.
Well, when I checked, when I looked in the control room last time, I tried to see if I could access any video logs, and there weren't any. There's no camera in this place.
Yeah, there's no camera, and this computer was not networked.
And I'm going to tell Sedona that whoever it was also sabotaged the repair robot, causing it to attack us, and also rigged up a trap to foil anyone who tried to correct it.
She walks over to the ruins and looks them up and down. Very strange.
Are there any other exits out of this room other than the door, like a vent that's large enough for something?
This room, absolutely not. This room is
Okay.
airtight, because otherwise, when the force field goes down, it would suck all the air out of the station.
I mean, but there could still be like other doors that are sealed or something like that.
This room does not.
Okay.
There's only the airlock. There's an airlock and there's a force field, and then there is the window into this room, to the control room, because the control room is above. So these are about 10 feet up. So you have to walk down to get to the floor where most of you are. So this control room is also up.
And then one last
there are
question:
windows.
what does this suite connect to? Just like a hall, like is it near like the center of the station, or?
No, so it is sort of on the periphery of the station. You spent most of your time on the promenade, which is sort of not really in the middle, because that's where the pipes are, but this is sort of, let me pull up the picture. Somewhere. Location. That's not it. What did I do with the picture of Outpost Z?
Because something moving through this hallway, we couldn't necessarily see if there were any traces unless they were like intentionally banging along the walls or like leaving muddy footprints, which they're not going to be doing.
So this is on one of the arms.
Do we have any enemies besides the Aslanti?
We've been telling while we were getting help, and how much have we been telling them before? Is it possible that we've a space pirate or
An Aslanti sympathizer?
thinking that we have something that we don't, because I can't think of very many motivations. Unless Sedona's people are somehow infiltrated themselves.
I don't.
You mean the
That seems
stewards?
very conspiracy theory.
Oh, we did just have a bomb blow up, and we were almost killed by this machine, so forgive me if I'm a little conspiracy theory.
Sedona says if there were stewards here, they would be attempting to help us, not blow us up.
Well, Sedona,
But
you
it
got
is-
any suspects?
I have no idea. I've never been to this place, and I don't know what to think.
The trap that they set, it's hard to put my finger on, but there is something familiar about it. Like I had seen craftsmanship of that in that same vein before, but I can't play. So I don't know what that means. And for all that we know, this could all just be a complete coincidence, and we're not even the targets.
It could be that Hasashir has wronged someone, paired a ship poorly, and this is some deranged form of revenge. And you were simply here for it.
I'm gonna pull up Hashishir on the comm unit. I'm gonna say, hey, Hashishir, do you have any enemies that we should really be knowing about?
He says, no, not. I can't get his voice. He says, no, not really, not that I can think of. I'm just an engineer.
Well, I think somebody's invisible and like watching our entire moves and all that. Like, do we have any way of? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a little paranoid, but I feel like maybe somebody's listening in on us.
I'm gonna sniff around a little bit. Does that work?
It sure does. Make a perception check.
Use your scent ability.
A 12. You
Snivers
don't
on the
smell anything out of the ordinary.
Nobody who hasn't taken a shower in the last couple of days wandered around invisible.
We've been pampered.
You
It's
smell
spa day.
lots of ozone because there is a blown up piece of machine. You smell a bear. You smell a robot that has not been destroyed. Like, you smell exactly what you would expect. And you don't really smell Sedona, but she's an android, so you kind of expect that.
Well, what do we do? I mean, how far were we through our night's rest when this happened?
You went to bed at, say, 11. It's like 1 o'clock.
Well, for now,
maybe 1:30 by this point.
Maybe we set up watches throughout the night. I'm not really sure there's much more we could do tonight.
Sedona says, I did not entirely finish my shopping expedition, but my resupply expedition. And she points to her feet, and you see that she is wearing essentially armor. She looks like she's basically ready for a fight, except that she's wearing like really basic shoes. She says,
get shoes on.
I had hoped to find some boots that would fit, but sneakers it is for now.
Yeah, I guess we will just have to go, back to bed. We can assign somebody to watch in shifts.
Yeah, Bobbert can do
Um,
all of that.
Oh, could he wake you or let out a sound or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure. Bobbert's not gonna not gonna be able to do super complex calculations for you based on it, but if somebody walks in, Bobbert can definitely wake you up.
Yeah.
Or like if the door opens or something like that.
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
So that's our plan, I think, unless anybody has any objections.
It's good.
What
Maybe
kind?
I'll sleep on the cot because maybe I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't all go into the mechanical pods.
A little machine phobia now.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm going to my pod.
Things, and I think I'll be a faster response if I take the cot.
I'm going back in my pod. I'm not afraid of no stinking pod.
What was that Stephen King short story where like all the machines are possessed by ghosts or something?
Sounds about
And Ozzy is going to go back to his pod, but before he does that, he's going to take a quick peek into the hallway, one direction and then the other, to see if anything looks
One
shifty.
Directions.
Yeah, there's not a lot here. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Nah.
You can give me a perception check. 12. No, you don't really see anything. There's nothing out of the ordinary, I guess is what I'll say. There's
Alright.
no camera that's obviously broken. No strange holes in the walls or anything like that. Well, there might be strange holes in the walls, but they were definitely there when you got
Right.
here.
Okay.
All right. So you all sleep, go to sleep. You sleep through the night. 8 hours come and go. For those of you who are injured, you can get back your level hit points,
I'm just fine.
which includes Sedona.
Okay. Everyone still here? Everyone got all their limbs?
Everyone seems to be intact.
I initiate the Reveille protocol on Murphy's.
It stops petting him first, and then the sound goes off, and then pod door opens. Ozzy, as you are doing that, you notice that there is a message on the computer. It is from Hasashir, and it says, "Gone to get supplies.
Be back soon.
May take a couple of days." H.
It's gone forever.
Couple of days. Yeah, that's shifty.
You think it might be Hasi?
After we saved him from those bugs.
We don't know for sure yet.
Maybe it's all a trap. Maybe the bugs were a plant.
I'm gonna try to hail Hashishir on the comm unit.
Okay. He responds by text and says, "A bit busy at the moment. What's up?"
He responds text, "You're breaking up. I can't read your texts."
Nothing, just that it's a bit strange that he has to take a break immediately after his compound was invaded.
Do you respond with that?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
A little passive aggressive message back.
You see a typing message, and then it disappears.
Uh,
And then another typing message,
Oh
and then it disappears again. And
Super sketchy.
finally, response comes through. I'm just worried this project will take forever now and need more supplies.
Oh no, it's like the group mate from hell. So is he on a supply run?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Do we want to do like a full diagnostic of the ship just to kind of be sure there's nothing fucky with it?
Yeah, I think that we should do that. And I'm gonna text Hashis here to offer to help get some supplies. Maybe we can, saying maybe that we can
Yeah.
expedite the process with multiple people.
He responds and says, I have most of the connections for the complex materials, but you could go to, and he sends a location out onto essentially a supply type shop, hardware store, except it's for starships, and just sends you a list of like a number of different, like you need iron, you need steel, you need plastic, you need transparent aluminum, um, circuits, like really basic stuff that would tend to come in more large boxes.
Got it.
And we do need these things for our ship, right?
You do, yes.
So I suppose there's no harm in getting it anyway.
Yeah, but let's check the Red Abbey first.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you will have to open the force field, let all the air out. You'll have to turn on the environmental suits. And then you can, there is a walkway, essentially almost like a gangplank, out to the Abbey, which is being held by these giant magnetic docking clamps. And it's like, it's a good like 20-foot wide walkway to
Well, is there like artificial gravity, I assume?
yeah, so
pulling
you
them
can
down to the walkway?
activate actually that might
Or are they magnetic?
It might be
boots?
I think it's an item to have magnetic boots. Let me look.
Mm.
I can't remember if that's something that's typical. Falcon boots. It's definitely not Falcon boots.
Falcon boots, those sound badass.
Ferromagnetic storm grounding boots.
Jeez.
Nope, that's not it. That's something gigantic. Mag boots.
Hmm.
That sounds like Maggie.
Yeah, that's totally a level 2 item. So no, there isn't, because it's out in the vacuum of space. But there are like rails. It is not difficult to get yourselves over.
So maybe Ozzy and Shardik can go inspect the ship. Or would Ozzy prefer to go alone?
Hey, yeah, let Donut come along.
Are we
Okay.
calling Shardik Donut now?
I've always called Shardik Donut. It's
Oh,
because he's got bear claws.
Oh.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Okay.
I'm sure it's
Well,
fine,
y'all
though.
have fun. I'm gonna stay here and get more scratches.
Let's go to
in
space!
this
Woo!
machine.
So my armor works as a spacesuit, right? I don't need a separate one.
Yeah,
No, I
you
probably
can just
don't want.
activate your armor, and you have, I don't know,
Environmental
4, 6,
protections.
X number of hours of environmental
I think it's
protections.
number of days equal to your level. I looked it up recently, and it's a lot.
So let me give you a Shardik. And is Bobbert also coming, I assume?
Bobbert is absolutely also coming.
Hey, maybe y'all can get into a combat to make up for all the combats we had by ourselves in
yeah.
the J-Block.
Yeah, there we go. It's just crawling with Aslanti soldiers.
So you enter through the airlock to the east. And notably, so the anti-grav, or the anti-grav, the artificial gravity is turned off. Mostly the ship is turned off because it is undergoing repairs.
Okay, okay.
There's some like there are lights set up that you can activate.
Oh, is it completely dark then?
It is, but they have lights.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip on the lights.
Okay, so you can flip on the lights in
I
this
can
room.
make it
You're
dark.
currently in. This is the empty cargo bay, which you can explore as you would like.
So what is supposedly being worked on?
So the tech workshop is being retrofitted into a medical lab. You are getting upgraded armor, upgraded defense. I can't remember what that's called, but upgraded defenses that
Countermeasures.
countermeasures that ups your TL. And the interior stuff, so the countermeasures include wiring that go into the computer, but most of the internal stuff is the tech lab. The rest is actually going to be exterior.
So we're probably pretty close to the tech lab right now, so I'd like to check in to see how progress in converting it is going.
Okay.
I will go with them.
Yeah, make me an engineering. Yeah, it would just be an engineering check.
I will aid you.
A 32. So it looks like work has gotten started. There are some things that have been disassembled, but you're far from like, oh, this room is cleared out and ready to be turned into a medical lab.
Yeah. All right. We're okay. So now I think that we should head up to the helm because it's probably where most of the diagnostics and checking security logs and things is going to happen.
Okay. So you have to manually open the doors. But other than that, you make your way to the front, to the bridge.
Yeah, and we have power to the computers and things, right?
Yeah, so you can turn on the main power generator and turn on the computer.
Oh.
You're not actively working on anything. You probably deactivate all the power to the tech lab just in case. But once you do that, you're able to safely turn on to the ship.
Okay. I'm just gonna check logs and things.
Okay, make a computers check for me. 32. The ship seems to be in good shape. There does not appear to be. I mean, if you're looking for sabotage, there doesn't appear to be any obvious sabotage.
All right, I come over to the other guys and say, "Hey, she's looking good." So I sent Hafashir a text saying, seeing the work you're doing. Good job. Smiley face.
He just responds with thanks! Exclamation mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel really bad if he's actually dead. I don't know. Is there anything they want to do before we head back over?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So yeah, we'll head back over.
Okay.
Fade to black.
Sison was just hanging out in the hangar the whole time.
Oh, in case they needed someone to
Well,
run in with
no,
a...
he wasn't because blasted out into space.
Yeah, no.
Bye, Zyson.
So yeah, it doesn't look like the Abbey was messed with at all. So
Okay.
we can assume
good.
that this place was the target. This place either being Hashishi's pad or Outpost Dead. I'm not sure which.
Do we know what Hashashir was working on? Was this his own personal...
Like, what does he
projects?
do generally?
Does he have enemies? I mean, maybe you should poke around in his computer.
I don't.
I'm gonna poke around in his computer.
Are you?
I'm not watching this.
Which computer? There's two.
Yes. We're gonna do this one.
I can't condone this, but
This one
just-
seems like a personal
Says
computer.
as the weapon smuggler.
yeah, but there's a difference
Computers
between
With a heart of
going against
gold.
a government and going against a person's privacy that's not a governmental entity.
I see. So you're a libertarian smuggler. That makes sense. I can live until I'm
I apparently don't have the sound turned on. The boop turned on, but that's the 22. You rolled it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like in this pod getting head scratches and just kind of blitzed out. Like,
So this is a tier 2 computer. It has I'll just sort of give you everything you get from this. It has a wide variety of games and other types of entertainment, along with the ability to project holovids into the center of the room. It has access to Outpost Zed's local infosphere. The information and entertainment on the computer is mostly foreign to you and is entirely in the Aslanti language. However, you are able to hack into Hasashir's business finances and lists of his customers. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, guys, should I be looking for anything in particular? I'm not really big on this vendetta stuff.
See if
This
he's
is-
being paid off by the Aslanti government.
This is spreadsheets in space.
Spreadsheets. Oh, you want to look for the second set of books.
Space.
So yeah, I mean it is essentially spreadsheets. You could spend all day combing through this if you want.
I mean,
I
are
don't. I'm gonna
Oh, what are you
close
looking
it out.
Are,
I'm
are there
gonna-
any large transfers of money going into his account within the last, I don't know,
Since we've met
2
him.
weeks?
No, there are not. So the last transaction that he had was a relatively small like shuttle repair job that he apparently completed between when you left and when you came back. He actually, so overall you can tell he does pretty well for himself here. Like you can sort of see the running bank account balances, which have been great for several years. It's very clear that once he got sick, he just started. Obviously, he stopped working, and so he wasn't in debt, but he was running low on the cushion. So he has since started working again and started earning money. You wouldn't call him rich, but he does pretty well. That's sort of an overall financial situation that you're able to get.
Okay, cool.
We were being unfair to him.
I think we are being unfair to him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You can, if you are interested in looking at. Do you have any interest in like looking through the history? There is some information about the history of the space dock if you have any interest in that.
No, not really. I'm gonna close all of that out, and I'm going to open up the infosphere and see if there's any news about that explosion from last night.
There is not.
I thought it was a pretty big explosion, but apparently did not have much
Well,
notice.
probably a lot of these rooms are fairly soundproof.
Maybe the
They
stations
might
are...
have.
They are literally airtight.
The wall shit.
That's
Maybe
true.
the
I mean, I guess
station is used
you
to a lot
heard
of
it,
don't
yeah.
ask, don't tell kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, like people next door and the couple of apartments down might have heard it, but like I'm sure there are ships rumbling around all the time. I don't know.
I get the feeling people don't nose into other people's business on this
Yeah,
station.
it's not in the headlines of the news.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna erase my footprint and close out. I'm gonna say to everyone, okay, want to go shopping?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go shop for some ship parts.
We're gonna go ship shop.
Yeah, we're going
Sedona
somewhere.
says, I think I will stay here and protect the bay and perhaps recover more from my injuries. If you see any boots that fit these specifications, however, and she transmits you her boot size, please buy some for me.
Is it like average
Aye,
size,
Sedona.
or is it? I guess like
I
there
mean,
is no
they're-
average
they're like-
size.
They're like pretty normal sized, and like she has the foot shape of a human.
What does it
and
matter how
Aslanti are
big
human.
their feet
So-
are? Sedona wants some shoes. We're gonna go get some shoes.
I didn't know if it was like difficult to find that size or something.
Android shoes? What, do you think Android shoes are different than normal shoes? Come on, Captain.
She
The future.
looks
Get with
to
it.
Murphy and sort of nods a bit and says, just as long as they are suitable for combat.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'll get you something with style and function. Just consider me your personal trunk club and go your personal stylist to go get you some boots. And that I now focus solely on that. I don't care what other things we're getting. I'm now going to get Sedona some fucking boots.
As you leave, she says to herself, I knew Murphy was the right choice.
Count on me.
So you are heading out to buy
Shoes.
So Murphy's going to buy boots, and everyone else is going to buy the repair supplies.
And I'm also going to buy some armor.
Okay. Do you have armor in mind from one of the?
Graphite carbon skin.
Let's see.
Costs 1,220. It's level 3.
Is it from one of the characters, or is it just a level 3 item?
It is just a level 3 item.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll for that.
Okay.
It is. I'm gonna give you for a level 3 item. I will give you a 70% chance. So just roll me a D100, 70 or higher.
Dang.
Yeah, you're not able to find that particular item.
Or hold
with
on,
it.
did you
No.
say a 70% chance?
Yeah,
Or...
then it would be.
Sorry, it would be 30 or higher.
Okay.
Yes, but still.
Not 70 or
Actually,
lower.
31 or higher.
Well, dang. Guess I'm just gonna have to.
If you are still here in several days, the supply ships come and go. You may have another opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, I immediately break off and search high and low for a boot shop.
Okay. Is there a skill that would be helpful for
Culture?
Yeah, culture's probably the closest.
If you had profession cobbler.
Yeah. Or profession merchant or something like that. Give me a culture check, Murphy.
Sure.
16. Okay. So
Man.
it takes you a good 4 hours.
Oh God.
Because mostly, even despite this being on the edge of Aslante's space, you haven't actually seen any humans here. You can buy armor, but the armor doesn't come. Apparently, here they expect you to have the footwear, but eventually, you are able to find boots.
Oh,
that would fit.
I double checked it since you talked about it, and apparently the Zarb has this armor that I'm looking for.
Aha! Then you
Sorry to interrupt.
I know. You're interrupting Murphy's
you check
shoe
everywhere
expedition.
else. And you go,
It's not very
wait,
important.
the Zarb sells armor. Maybe I should check with the Zarb. And sure enough,
How's Grub getting along? Zarby?
Grub is doing okay. Grub is currently holding several items, and just kind of waiting for somebody to waving his feeler tentacles out in front of him.
Aw, done good.
Occasionally, the Zarb will climb on top and sit on his head in order to yell at someone particularly effectively.
There we go. Gave Zarb a
That
platform.
gives him a bonus to his intimidate check.
Yes. Good.
Probably why the Zarb agreed in the first place.
Excellent.
Large, scary, carnivorous caterpillar.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So when I find the boots, I don't think Sedona gave me any money, did she?
She did not. They cost 5 credits.
Okay, I guess I'll... You know what? For Sedona, I'll just buy her the boots. I buy Sedona's boots.
And they will be light bulk. Sure, you put them on your character sheet. Very important.
Okay, so, yeah, got it.
So is everyone else heading to this supply shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this shop is run by several creatures
Crystal horses.
like this.
What?
Ah.
Oh
Comfortable.
no.
Well, I shouldn't speak.
It's what's the guy from Borderlands, Graham?
Oh, Scooter.
It's Alien
Hey
Scooter.
y'all. Hey y'all, I'm Alien Scooter.
Ugh.
And
they are supervised by one of these guys.
Oh man.
Just
like
so many emotions.
A cooler Yosoki.
Well, hey now.
My character doesn't actually
Playable
say that.
species right there.
God.
So the Also, you have met a Screedreeps before. He was the little like screechy paranoid guy.
Yeah, I thought so.
The
Yeah.
boss guy.
What was his name?
What now? What the fuck are these long-lived motherfuckers?
Do you ask them?
I presume I'm still on my
Actually,
4
no.
hour boot
You can
expedition.
you can make a culture check. Who was it? Shardik can take 10 on this actually, because Shardik downloaded the Aslanti data set.
Jeez.
16 is good enough though.
That was my
so-
old culture check for
Oh,
finding
that's your old one.
boots.
Okay.
I
yeah,
presume
right, that
I'm
was
not
yours.
with them currently
Oh, yeah,
because
that's true,
I'm
you're
my
not.
4 hour boot journey. So
Do one of you who is there? Yeah.
Do I like recognize them at a glance?
I don't know. That depends on the results of your culture check.
I will find out shortly. Both of these creatures.
oh no, I zoomed in way too much on the sky. Oh no. Oh no, he's so big.
So Yulia does recognize them. They are called Brachyms. They
no.
are a species that lacks an internal skeleton. They are most known for having very malleable limbs. They are described as being adaptable, industrious, and resourceful. Many of them hire on as technicians on starships. They often treat their limbs as tools. And yeah, they tend to be like technicians. There are a lot of technicians among them.
I assume they're also playable.
Yes.
There you go, Grin. Next character.
The long-lived motherfuckers.
Yeah.
no.
Yep.
Now, what's
If
this
you
demon
look,
sugar glider?
if you look at the group, the species of the Star Empire, in your handouts, you should be able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and those are a number of different species that you've kind of seen around. They are all here on the station, and those are all aliens from the Aslanti Star Empire who are also playable races, detailed in Escape from the Present Moon.
Well.
So the Screedreep boss waves as you enter and says, "Welcome, welcome, welcome."
We're here. We have a shopping list. I'm gonna show him the list of things that we need on like a data pad, I guess. And do you have all of this readily available?
The supervisor takes your data pad, looks it over and says, "Yes, we have all of this. Actually," and then sort of taps on a data pad and pulls it up and says, "Oh, we already have this order. Unless, are you?
Yeah, we're picking it up on behalf of Haxis here.
Ah, you were hired by him then. I see.
Well, we hired him and we're doing him a favor. We really got to get him, expedite the process.
Ah, carrying your own items then. I see. Hopefully he is giving you a discount for carrying your own items. Very good. We have most of them available, as I told Hasashir yesterday, but we are waiting on the transparent aluminum which shall arrive tomorrow.
Yeah, transparent aluminum. Okay,
So, I'm gonna say, should we take? I guess. Should we even ask to take what we can today, or should we just come back and get everything tomorrow?
no, we don't have.
Do you ask this out loud?
No. Well, I'm asking it to, like, Ozzy, I suppose.
Okay.
The more we
the
carry today, the
supervi-
less we have to carry tomorrow.
Yeah, the supervisor says it will take several trips, even on hover carriers, which is a thing I just made up.
Yes.
Hover gifts.
Hover carriers. Not what it sounds like.
Has payment already been given for it?
Tap, 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 tap. Yes, payment was received yesterday.
Okay, good. um, so would it be all right if we shipped some of this stuff back to his work bay?
Certainly. I will have my workers, and then they sort of wave to the Brackims. I will have them prepare the order and get it together. We were not expecting such a delivery so soon. Hasashir said delivery would not be required for another week.
Well, if you have the stuff, we could go ahead and take it. If you need a couple more days for some things, we're fine with that too. We're in somewhat of a hurry, but these things can't be rushed.
The Screedreep says, "One moment, I will consult with my employees," and then walks over, talks to a couple of the Breakims, takes 5 minutes, comes back and says, "We can have the first pallet available in 30 minutes.
Sounds
Might I
good.
have your communications frequency information so that I can let you know as future pallets are available?"
Was that our phone numbers?
Yes.
Give me your digits.
Would you like to sign up for text notifications?
No, don't do it, don't do it. It's spam.
You're gonna give us like every couple of days, 2% off of plastic ship parts this weekend only.
Perhaps.
Oh no. So much spam.
5% off, but only if you pick it up yourself.
Only if you apply for their credit card.
Jeez.
Oh, don't go do that.
Don't do it. Say no, Captain, say no.
To get you. Next thing we'll be listening to timeshares and
I'll give him I would give him my number. I was briefly considered giving him like Shardik's number or maybe Zyson's number. I'll give him my
Murphy's number.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Yeah, so they take your number, give you theirs, and say, I will contact you when the pallet is available. But it should be about 30 minutes.
Sounds good. We'll be back.
Great.
Is this place just like in the general market area, kind of near where we were before, or is it a completely different part of the ship? Or the station, I mean.
Yeah, it is not on the promenade.
So what is there around here?
There are other shops. There are actually... this is mostly sort of an industrial type area. There are like storage areas. There are some areas that do not appear to be inhabited. So that's fun.
I guess I'll just, I don't know, wander around for a bit. 30 minutes is not too long. See, like, kind of window shop a little bit, maybe.
Okay. Anything in
Five.
particular you are interested in seeing?
Nah, if there's anything fancy, I might.
Fancy
note
is
of it, but,
not
like-
a thing that there's very much of on Outpost Z.
Yeah, so not much.
Yeah, I would like to ask the shopkeeper if he's heard anything about an explosion last night.
An explosion last night? Not that I've heard. They're not the most uncommon thing. You know, out here, people get sloppy sometimes. Kind of
So
looks
wild.
over at employees, looks over.
It's the wild frontier. Anything's possible. Pew pew pew.
Outpost Z may not be like space stations that you are used to, kind of looking at you, who are much more sort of finely dressed. I mean, I don't see Ozzy as like looking sort of finely dressed, but you're using top of the line technology, top of the line gear.
We are well equipped.
Yeah, this person seems to have noticed that you are, a little better equipped than a typical person here. This space station is a little more ragtag, you might say. Explosions happen sometimes, so unless it's pretty big, I probably wouldn't have heard of it.
Yeah, I suppose not. Gotta say, guys, I got a bad feeling. I feel like there's something that we're missing, and it's gonna come and bite us in the ass. Like I've left the stove on.
Yeah, but I can't think of what we could do otherwise, you know?
Yeah, we're just kind of spinning our wheels, and I hate it.
Well, that's sometimes what happens between missions, especially when our ship gets banged up by trying to land in an asteroid.
I heard that.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just gonna pass the time, I think, until we can get the ship parts.
Okay, so you head back when the ship parts are ready, and this is big stuff, so it's going to take like, you don't actually have to carry it, but you do have to guide it pretty carefully, because it is almost, maybe 8 feet wide, and most of the corridors are about 10 feet. So you have to move it pretty carefully so that you don't smash the bulkheads, break a door or something like that. But you are able to make those deliveries pretty easily. It's just going to take you all day, and you'll get most of the things you need, except for what they don't have ready.
Cool.
That aluminum, they hope to have ready for you tomorrow, and you're able to get the rest and store it. He has a storage route, a storage area that is outside of here. He doesn't store the construction parts that he's not using immediately in this bay, but he has an area that you have access to, and you can store the parts in.
So as everybody's like hauling back all these expensive and important ship parts, I come back triumphantly with a pair of boots and be like, "Don't worry, guys, I got him. Where's Sedona? Sedona!"
Don't know what we do without you, Lucky.
I know.
Sedona says, "Thank you, Murphy. I really need these."
Of course. Here you go. And you know what? Boots are on me.
She just nods. And she doesn't put them on because she's still resting in a pod, but
That's fine. I'll leave these right here for you. Whenever you're ready to put them on, let me know how they fit, how well they protect your feet.
just right next to my armor, please.
Oh, right here. Okay. I'll just put them on right here.
She closes
All right.
her eyes again.
Bye. And I awkwardly leave the room.
Is there anything else you would like to do today?
No, I think we're good. I don't think. I mean, I still would like to have Baba keep watch when we go to bed tonight, but I don't think there's anything else I particularly need to do.
I feel very accomplished.
I might.
Alrighty.
What? One of the downtime activities was working with somebody, right? To like improve your like teamwork, basically, right?
Oh yeah, there's one of those.
That sounds familiar, yes. Workout, secure area. Drill
I think that's it.
or maintain red. Nope.
Maintain ready. This is just like people don't get the drop on you, but
Yeah.
there's a coordinate or something. It's like toward the beginning. That's you can work with somebody on a work with another teammate and then kind of help each
Yeah.
other out.
So you could do that tomorrow
Okay.
because you're spending most of your day carting
Chopping.
things back and forth.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yep. Anything else anyone would like to accomplish today?
I think I would like to get
Think
to
of-
work repairing this robot that we destroyed.
Okay. Make me an engineering check.
Do you want some help with that?
Oh, a 36.
Heyo.
So you start repairing it. It's a hell of a job. Murphy in particular really did a number on it.
Okay, I get it. Okay, I dinged up the dang ship.
Yeah, that thing had hardness 10, but hardness doesn't matter to fire. So you
Because steel is weak to fire.
yeah, you are pretty sure that you could get this fixed in about 2 days' work. So in one more day's work, you could
Cool.
fix this thing right up.
If I work with him, can we fix it? Can we fix it today?
No.
Okay.
But I do have an idea of something that you could do.
Yes.
As a thank you to Hashishir for all of this work with our ship, you could install a security system.
That seems like a really
subtle,
good idea.
subtle hint, like, hey, we're gonna install the security system for you.
Your security is terrible.
I don't suppose we could try to sort of repair the equipment that we had to destroy either.
I think that's what Ozzy
Actually-
was talking about doing.
At
Hardness
least
doesn't
like
care what type of damage it is. That would have made that fight a lot harder. Anyway.
coding a guest book log for his airlock.
Interesting. Yeah, so you would need to you'd need a computer of some kind. Like, are you looking to, if you want to do something like that, like you need a computer to do it, or is it like literally just a log that somebody would type their name in, a key card access? He doesn't really have anything like that.
I mean,
Well-
I think just a simple alarm system.
Okay.
I guess that'd be a keycard access or keypad access if you don't.
Yeah, so you can start working on an alarm system. That would also be an engineering. So you need an engineering and a computers check. One today, one tomorrow,
Okay.
at the very least.
I will do computers today.
A 27. So you get started on the software, and you make pretty good time in programming an alarm system from scratch. You've never done that, but it is pretty rewarding.
I mean, I just find the code on on the internet.
GitHub.
GitHub.
Unfortunately, that would be super easy if you were in the Pact Worlds,
Oh
like
man.
on Absalom Station or something. But
I have to
there
code everything
isn't
from
one freely
scratch.
available here.
This is back like being in school.
He's having to like learn an entire course worth of material overnight, like security 101 or whatever.
Yep.
Like in Outpost Zed's infosphere, they don't have GitHub, they have Zed, where all of the answers are this problem is so easy to solve.
So easy.
Yeah,
No, all the answers are never mind. I figured it. No clue.
Yeah, all the answers are just this was. I figured it out. That's like all the questions and all the answers are like, I figured it out. And
God, the Icelandic Empire
the
sucks.
article.
I hate this fucking empire. Yes.
So at the end of the day, do you all go to sleep? Same arrangement?
Yep.
Yes.
Put me in my
Do
little
believe so.
pod. Boop.
And where is Bobbert?
Bobbert's gonna stay in the central hallway here.
Okay. Is Bobbert going to alert you if anyone comes in? If anyone but Hasashir comes in?
Yeah, if
you
anyone
don't
comes
recognize? Okay.
Maybe not with like an alarm, but like a little beep beep in a video feed, sure.
Okay. Yulia, are you sleeping in the hallway?
Nah.
Okay. You go to sleep. About an hour after you go to sleep, Ozzy, you get a. Did you set up a notification for if somebody comes in?
Yeah.
Okay. You get a beep. And you see. Oops. On the video feed that Hasashir has returned.
Groovy.
And he goes in here, and then Robert does not see what he does after that.
Cool.
Not in there.
Although I do find it odd that he said that he would be gone for a few days.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to discuss that with him right now.
Alrighty.
No time like the present.
Yep, a get out. And I go into the middle hallway. I poke my head in through the door.
Okay. He is sitting here and he is eating.
I wave.
He says,
Glad you're not dead.
I am glad you are not dead. That explosion was terrifying.
Yeah. We found out that something, whatever it was, it probably came from within the outpost. That's why we were asking you about, enemies that you might have.
He nods sort of slowly and says, "How do you reckon that?"
Because someone had rigged the force field generator to explode. That's what caused the explosion.
I see. That's quite concerning.
Yep.
Why would anyone want to attack my pair bay? I don't understand.
That's the thing. They didn't seem to take anything. They just did some sabotagey stuff and then they left, and the trail has gone cold, and I can't find what to do now. So
I'm afraid I do not know either, but perhaps we should keep a good watch on this area.
yep, I had Shardik, he installed an alarm system for you. We noticed that your security system was non-existent, so we got you one as a thank you. So
An alarm system. How will it function?
yeah, you'll have to talk to Shardik about that. And I started fixing the machine that we wrecked. So yeah, that's the progress report.
Very good. Ozzy, I appreciate it. I truly do.
Good talk, buddy. Good night.
Have a good night, my friend. And he goes back to eating.
One shifty ass motherfucker.
So then you get another beep. I finally found his accent again, just like in the middle of a sentence there. You get another beep as he re-enters this, unless you turn it off for him walking around.
Nah.
Okay, so you get another beep as he enters here. And then he actually walks into this room and sits down at his computer and starts typing.
Dear
Okay.
diary, today a rat pounced me.
He turns the brightness way down because he doesn't want to wake you up.
Oh,
That's so cute.
Oh, he can't be a bad guy then.
Or just being extra sneaky.
He listens to music. He like bangs pots and pans around.
Gotta kill him.
No.
And then eventually you get another beep. Like 2 hours later, these beeps keep waking you up because he seems to be a night owl or something. As he walks out here and then leaves through the south.
Groovy.
So about, let's say, 4 hours pass. Okay. And Ozzy, you wake up again, but this time it is not Bobbert alerting you to anything happening. You hear a pop. And you wake up immediately because you cannot breathe.
Uh-oh.
So there is apparently no room or no air in your pod. Something has happened.
Uh-oh.
I try to open the pod.
Allow me to. So we're going to go in round.
Cool.
Round one. Let's look up the effects of suffocation. So, a character who has no air to breathe can hold her breath for a number of rounds equal to twice her Constitution score. If a character takes a standard or full action, the remaining duration that the character can hold her breath is reduced by 1 round. After these rounds have elapsed, the character must make a Constitution check. DC is 10 plus 1 per previous check each round in order to continue holding her breath. When a character fails one of these Constitution checks, she begins to suffocate. In the first round, she is reduced to 0 hit points and is unconscious and stable. In the following round, she is no longer stable and begins dying. In the third round, she suffocates and dies.
Oh no.
So the good thing is the pop woke you up, so you're not immediately unconscious and making Constitution checks. That would be bad. What is your Constitution score?
12.
Okay, so you have 24 air points. It is round 1. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try to open the pod
Okay, how do you want to do that?
in the normal fashion.
Okay, so you spend 1 action to just grab the, like, hit the button that would normally open it, and the pod does not open. You are now
no.
at 22 rounds, and it's round 2.
Okay. Just gonna write that down there. Okay. Actually, do I still have my move action? Although I can't move.
You
It is relevant because
Not-
I can assume direct control of Bobbert as a move action.
direct control of Bobbert. Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
If you have the, well, I would say if you have the presence of mind, but I don't know what else Ozzy would do.
Yeah.
That sounds like a thing Ozzy would definitely.
Yeah. If I
Help
can't
me,
open
Bobby.
the thing, my robot can. Okay. Bobbert gets off of his perch and tries to enter.
Okay, the door will open for Bobbert.
Great. And it comes over and tries to open the pod from the outside. Or is like the global pod controls on the outside of each individual pod, or is that something that you do at the computer terminal?
You could do either one.
Gonna go over to the computer terminal.
And Bobbert is just going to try and, like, hit the open pod button.
Yes.
Okay, it does not work.
Great.
I'm outside of the pods
so-
currently if you need.
So that was on round 1, because that was your move action on round 1. Round 2, you have 22 points left. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm going to assume direct control of Bobbert again.
Okay.
Bobbert's gonna go over to Zyson and start
I
poking.
think I will say taking your move action is going to take another one.
Okay.
So you'll be at 21. Okay, go over to Zyson and wake him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a standard action, but Zyson, you are now awake. You probably don't... Bobbert is waking you up.
Yeah, I'm probably like, what's... Well, actually, I've been a bit on edge, so I probably think we're under attack first. Should I roll perception to see if can I properly identify what's going on?
You can...
With my standard action, I would like to begin knocking at the glass.
Banging on the glass. Make a strength check, Ozzy. Okay. So Zyson, unfortunately, with your... So Ozzy is banging on the glass. Zyson, you don't notice it immediately. You just see that Bobbert has woken you up.
Yes, I'll be like, take it. What do you want, Bobbert? Take me to what's wrong.
What is it, boy? What is it?
Well,
So
Visit the well.
So your perception check is your standard action. You can take your move action if you want to do something with that.
If he knows, I guess get out his spear, but I don't know if he knows, or sorry, his tactical pike. I don't know if he knows what's enough to do anything yet, though. So I guess Bobbert's gonna have to take me to whatever's going on, right? Because I don't know to go over to Ozzy yet.
Yeah. So it would be a move action if you want to stand up. It would be a move action if
yeah.
you want to grab your pike.
Yeah, I'll probably get in. Yeah, I'll probably grab my. Oh, it's moved to do both.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna get up. I'll
Okay.
get up.
You stand up. I want everybody else to make me a perception check.
Gladly.
Oh no.
God, please don't all be
15.
dying.
Ooh, 5. Ooh. Oh, no.
Okay. None of you notice Ozzy banging on the door. Unfortunately.
It was real good salmon, guys.
Yeah. So it's now
I'm thinking
round
about that colored problem that I'm having.
round 3. Ozzy, you have 18 points left.
Okay. I'm going to use my custom rig to try and bypass this lock malfunction, whatever's going on.
Okay. Make me a... Let's see. Make me a computers check.
Okay. Would, if I also use my thieves tools, would those...
Actually, I'm going to say you can tell at this point that the lock is disabled. There is not a computer, you can tell from your attempt to press the button, Bobbert's attempt to press the button, you can get into the computer system. It is more likely physically disabled.
Right. My custom rig also acts as an engineering kit.
Okay. And do you sleep with it on you?
It's inside my head.
Oh, that's true. It is inside your head. That is very interesting.
So yes.
Make an engineering check.
Okay. Same question about the thieves tool. They apply to opening locked objects.
Yes.
Cool.
That is categorically what this is. A 32. I'm going to give you a penalty for being inside.
That
but
is
I
with
think-
the thieves tools bonus included.
So this, you begin working on it.
Sure.
And it is going to take you 2d4 rounds.
All right.
But you have made your check, so that will be resolved in 5 rounds. So you'll be spending your standard actions every round to do that. You can stop at any time.
Cool.
So I'm going to make a note. Round 1. So that is your standard.
It doesn't make any sense for me to take control of Bobbert right now.
I don't think so. Your attention is diverted, but
Yeah,
Bobbert
so-
can certainly move.
Yeah, Bobbert's gonna move over to the tank.
Okay.
Actually, let's look at everyone else's pod. Are they having problems?
You can't really tell. You could use. I'll let you make a perception check. I'll let you roll it. Yeah.
Too busy.
The lights are off is the problem.
Yeah.
Zyson, you're standing up. Bobbert has moved away from you.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and see what's up, because clearly Ozzy's playing some kind of game here.
So you
Is it obvious that he is in trouble?
make a perception or a sense motive check. Again, you get a. It's going to be difficult because the lights are off.
Oh, I've got that fancy infravision stuff now, at least.
Oh, but you don't have your armor on.
No, probably not. Who sleeps
Yeah.
in that kind of crap?
Yeah, you don't. You
Sam
do not
Fisher.
sleep anymore.
Oh my
And with
God.
a 1, you cannot tell what's going on.
It's so dark.
Um,
Where's
so
everyone?
that's a move and a standard. Um,
I'm going to kill my party members.
So round 4, Ozzy is now at 16 points. It is engineering round 2.
Yep.
Ozzy, are you going to continue to engineer?
Absolutely.
Okay. What is Bobbert doing?
Bobbert is pointing frantically.
Okay. Zyson, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm clearly something is. I think it's fair to say that like I'm gonna like knock on Ozzy's thing because it's like, what's going on with your robot?
Okay.
That's fair.
Um,
Is that a
so
fair
you,
thing? Am I not meta-ing?
No, I mean that totally makes sense.
Okay, good. I don't
You
want.
can move adjacent to him as your move action, and then you're sort of knocking on it. I will give you another perception or sense motive check. This one is substantially easier because you're next to him. 10. So you can see that Ozzy is like moving. His hands are moving, but he could be doing any number of things at this hour of the night.
Not Aussie.
Oh my God.
So Ozzy,
Ozzy
you're
so
now
cute.
at 14.
I want you to watch.
It is it is round 5. Are you going to continue to engineer?
Yeah.
Woof.
Down to 14 now.
Yes, 14.
Oh no.
What would Bobbert like to do?
Bobbert is going to look at the other pods to see if. Yeah.
Okay, so Bobbert can move. Does Bobbert have dark vision or
Bobbert does have dark vision now.
Bobbert has dark vision.
Hey.
Make a perception check for Bobbert. 25. You can easily tell that Zyson. Well, obviously Zyson's awake. Shardik, Yulia, and Murphy. You know what? You know who didn't make a perception check to see if she woke up? That would be Sedona.
Sedona. What's Sedona doing? She puts on her new fancy boots and comes and saves
Well,
us.
with a giant penalty, she still rolls an 18. So you see Sedona wake up and press a button, and her pod opens. So that is Bobbert's turn. Zyson, you hear Sedona getting up. Or you hear, well, probably not Shardik. So probably Sedona waking up.
I'm gonna try and. Would it be fair? I'm gonna try and open up Ozzy's thing. Can we open them on the outside? Because I'm more like, what's going on with your robot? Like, wake up! Come out of here.
Yeah,
that
it is
possible? I'm not
immediately. So you can hit the button, and it is obvious that it is not opening. And that's
Okay,
going to be your standard. You still have a move.
I will move to go get my spear because I'm gonna try and force that open. There's something fishy.
Okay.
Even for Ozzy.
Sedona is also confused. She sort of looks around, and Zyson, you hear her say, "What was that noise?"
Free action speaker is that?
Yeah, you can respond.
Yeah, I'll be like, there's something going on with Ozzy's pod. It seems to be in some kind of lockdown.
Okay, so she
trying
will
to get attention.
She will stand up. I need to see. Does she have dark vision? I'm pretty sure.
I do believe they have dark vision.
Androids typically, yeah, dark vision and low light vision. So she looks around and she's gonna just walk. She'll stand up and then she will walk over and she'll just do she won't do a perception check. So she'll get up and she'll walk over. that's her turn. Um, round 6, you have 12 points left. Are you going to take your round to do engineering round number 4?
Yes, it is all I can do.
Okay. Zyson, you grab your pike.
I'll run back over, but I think that'll have to end my turn, right?
Yeah, that's 2 actions. Sedona is going to attempt to open the pod by force. She doesn't have a great strength, but hey, she's going to try. 20s happen. So she starts trying to open the pod and says, I can't get it open. It's very strong. And round 7, you rolled a 30-something. Click, and the door opens, Ozzy. And you air rushes in.
And you implode. The end.
And Sedona is gonna
Like an
rush
equivalent
forward,
call.
and she'll like pull you out, and say, "Ozzy, are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm good. Jeez. Yeah, something happened. I'm not sure what, but the air just stopped being pumped.
Sabotage.
I told you sleeping in those pods was a bad idea.
It's incredibly disturbing.
Somebody's out for our blood.
Can't stand
I'm gonna start knocking on it, the other people's pods. Wake them up. Group emergency.
Probably turn on the lights. Sedona just sort of sits down next to Ozzy, kneels down next to him. Are you okay?
Yeah, mad as hell.
Understandable. So Zyson wakes the rest of you up. The lights come on.
Oh man. Is there more explosions? Someone blow up?
Is everything okay?
While everyone is waking up, I would like to log into this computer.
Okay, you can do that.
I'm going to see if I can check what Hashishir was doing.
Okay, make a computers check. 28.
28.
Okay. He appears to have been mostly looking at financial records. Although at the end he did like he accessed the controls just briefly for the pods, but for the empty one. So he accessed it, like sort of turned it on like he was going to open it, then just sort of logged out.
This doesn't make any sense.
So I would like to examine Ozzy's pod, see if I can figure out how it was sabotaged.
Okay. Make a. Let's see. Make me an engineering check, and then also make me. Yeah, make me an engineering check. 32. So you examine the pod. It is easy for you to find a burned out module that appears to have been hastily attached to the pod's wiring. It apparently overloaded the locking mechanism and pumped out all of the air. Make me a perception or physical science check.
I'm going to choose physical science.
A
Yes, I can do that one.
25. As you are examining the module, you notice a few odd flakes of rust on the module. You're not sure what they mean, but they are clearly out of place.
Like, androids don't rust, right?
No, androids do not rust.
And like, Bobbert, he doesn't rust either.
Bobbert is made of stainless steel and aluminum.
Wait, Shardik, maybe I'm still dreaming, but were you just thinking potentially it could have been Sedona?
Dun dun dun.
Because-
Don't be
I mean,
ridiculous.
Could
Obviously,
it be a rust monster? No, right? Those don't exist. That's just urban legends.
Sedona says it certainly was not me.
I mean,
I
but there
know
are
that.
other androids. Like, Sedona is not the only.
If it's rust, and I'm no scientist, so I could be pretty fucking wrong about this, but like moisture, right? Wet,
Right. Yes.
wet things. Hostager's pretty wet, right?
That's correct.
he uses
Wow.
this stuff all the time, and I don't see rust on any of his other stuff.
You need water and oxygen and iron to make rust.
Well,
Well,
That's physical science.
Oxygen is easy to get.
Apparently, it's also easy to get rid of.
Wouldn't his own
Right.
computer system be pretty rust-proof, considering he
are
built
we-
it?
are we sure this is rust and not something that just like is rust colored?
It is flakes of rust.
Okay.
I will say, Shardik is
It's
sure that it is
fool's
rust.
Falls rust.
Whether
He took
Murphy
out-
believes Shardik is a question.
He took out his hand spectrometer and waved it around over it.
We couldn't have possibly picked up anything on that moon base, right? Like, there's no way that something hitched a ride with us that wasn't supposed to come
Well,
along.
actually, that is an
Oh
idea.
no.
Distinctly
This is-
possible.
That's how we get into Signal of Screams.
I wanted to do a detect magic to see if it was.
Hey guys, I really think after this we
Techno
could
magic.
all use a resort break. Maybe treat ourselves.
Sedona says, I have an idea of just the spot. Once we're out of this.
Oh yeah? Sounds great.
Shardik uses detect magic. And does not detect any other magic than what he would expect from the various magical and
I would like
technomagical items that
to-
you possess.
I would like to inspect all the rest of the pods to see if they have been tampered with.
Give me an
What?
engineering check.
29.
29. It appears that yours is the only one that was tampered with, as far as you can tell.
It's targeted.
Yep.
What was the robot thingy going after Ozzy too? No, he wasn't even in the room, right?
He
Not
wasn't in the
specific,
room
No.
with
It was
us.
just attacking us.
No.
I mean, it could have just been one of us at random, but it's definitely us now and not hostage here.
The device that caused the short, does it have a particular make to it? Can we determine like what kind of technology? Is it Aslanti? Is it Hack Worlds, etc.?
Someone could make an engineering check.
I'm great at this stuff.
Throw it between Ozzy and Jardik.
19 and 32. Ozzy, you really don't have any idea. Shardik, You don't this doesn't look like it's any particular kind of engineering, and it doesn't even look like it's difficult to do. Like something complex has more signature to it than something that is simple.
It's
And
pretty
this is
rudimentary
relatively
device.
simple.
Huh, just fucking done with the pods. Well, I guess we can't really sleep in the pods anymore, which give me a moment to mourn that loss.
Where does Hashishir have a bed in this suite?
So he typically sleeps here when he has no patrons. It is unclear to you where exactly he is sleeping now.
So this wasn't the intent of this wasn't obviously to kill all of us. It was just to try to kill one of us, which sounds like a message to me. If their intent was to kill all of us, they would have planted on all of the pods. Right? Or am I just grasping at straws here?
That makes sense, Captain.
No, that tracks.
But what though? I mean, it's not like. Are they trying to stop us from doing something?
Go after Ozzy first.
You know what?
Questions.
I'm going to take a sweep. I'm going to take a sweep of the apartment. See if there's anything else that's been tampered with.
Okay. Give me just this room.
No, the whole.
Give me, let's say, 1, 2. Give me 3 perception checks.
Ozzy's been doing the most with computers. I wonder if that's what is making him a target.
So you don't find anything that is obviously out of place. It does look like there's like a dirty bowl from where Hasashir was eating. But it's like the place has not been ransacked or anything.
Right.
And you don't notice anything else or anything really out of place.
Well, and it couldn't have really been targeted because that means they would have had to know where Ozzy was, which pod Ozzy was sleeping in, which the only person that knows that potentially is Hashashir.
Well, no, because the pods are transparent.
Right, but that means somebody would have had to come in and wasn't bothered keeping watch.
Yeah. Which could mean that whoever did it has some kind of cloaking device or invisibility magic.
Maybe a
But the doors would have at least opened, right?
One would think.
What if they're gaseous like that evil cloud we fought, and they just
I mean,
Why do you always say it's evil cloud?
Then it could literally be anything. It could be a creature from another dimension that phased through the door too.
I'm pretty sure those do
Don't rule it
exist. It could also be
things.
literal magic, since there is literal magic.
Sedona, you were here all day.
Well, yeah, but I didn't find any magic residue. Which is
True,
definitely a thing that I could have found. Shut up.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Sedona.
Sedona says, I was mostly asleep, but I didn't notice anything. No one came until Murphy returned.
If we make it through here and we get on our ship, I want to check a thorough check of the wiring on that ship, and I don't want to start the ship and have it detonate when we turn the ignition.
Every nook and cranny. Yeah, I guess we better start scanning the ship. Something fucky is happening.
Well, what should be our next plan?
Yeah, so at this point, it is like 4 in the morning.
I mean, we have to repair our ship first before we can leave. That has to be done.
Yep.
So we can't. There's not really a point in scanning the ship now, or until it's finished, because then we'd have to just scan it again.
I think we need to consider finding a different place to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
While we're waiting.
Someone
And
text Hasashir or something. Let him know. Hey, something else shitty happened. We're
This
moving
attack
on.
on my life has left me hideous and
Hard and deformed.
Yeah, let's pack up and go.
Yeah.
So you were just leaving?
Oh no, I don't think so.
I think we'll finish out the night, at least here.
I ain't getting in another pod.
Well, there's
You can sleep on the floor.
There is one cot. There is one couch.
there's chairs in the other room, right?
That's true. There are chairs. They are
Everyone jump
more
on
for
the cot.
sleeping
You
in.
can go
I mean,
curl
they're
up in a chair.
yeah.
Well,
I think
we
there
could
are a
sleep.
couple-
I could sleep in the pod, but leave it open, like not closed. But then somebody could just close it.
Yeah.
But like if I let my legs draped over the edge.
So it can be sliced off when they do close it.
I feel like I would feel that happening.
Yeah, we're gonna try to finish out the night here without being in closed pods.
Okay.
Oh, the floor.
Are you taking turns
Yeah, we're gonna do
doing watch? Or are you just doing the bobbert thing?
We're
Take
the-
turns.
we're gonna-
Maybe we should do Bobbert and somebody.
Yeah.
We'll do watch rounds.
Yeah.
So you take as much time as you have to. So it's like 1 or 2 basically. It would be about 1 or 2 before you are able to finish your rest. So it is about that time you're all waking up, and you get a notification from Bobbert. Or is Bobbert's in the room with you? Okay.
Yeah.
So the door opens and Hasashir walks in. He says,
you?
good morning. Ready for another exciting day. Ship prepares.
Hasashir, you trying to kill Ozzy?
Blink, blink. No. Why would I want to kill Ozzy?
I don't
I do
believe it.
sense motive on him.
Yeah, can we make an insight check
Okay. Definitely make a sense motive check.
or sense?
5. He did it.
I beat you, Graham.
So far we have
Ha!
a 5
Captain and I are fully convinced it's Hasashir. We should kill him now.
No, I mean he seems like he's fine.
I take the chip and I show it to Hasashir.
I
I
wonder if
don't-
like a sense motive confirms your suspicion. So like if Murphy is already skeptical, if failing a sense motive check, just like he still believes what he believes.
Yeah. So what are you doing, Ozzy? Yulia, Shardik, Murphy. I mean, he seems sincere. He seems it's a weird thing that you would ask him why he would want to kill Ozzy. He says, "What's this?"
It
He
was
takes it.
attached to the pod that I was sleeping in last night. Don't know how long it's been there, but it activated last night and it almost suffocated.
Almost suffocated you.
Yeah,
he's-
locked me in, pumped the air out. The works.
He's gonna take a look at it, and walk over to Which pod were you in?
Yeah, one.
And then he says, I can see the lock has been forced. And he kneels down, looks at it, and says, "My, this is quite concerning.
Yep.
It could be a defect in construction, perhaps. You know, these pods are. I've had them for a very long time." And he sort of starts working to repair the pod.
But listen, we've been talking about, and we don't think that we can stay here anymore.
Nope.
He says, "Well, I understand if you are truly feel you are in danger here.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to do what you have to do, although I assure you I can do whatever is within my power to keep you safe."
That's appreciated, but you know, if something is coming after us, then you're in enough danger just working on the ship. Never mind, you know, letting us stay in your domicile.
Yeah.
He says, "I do appreciate your concern for my safety."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's
I'd like to get in touch with. What is her name?
Talmrin.
Yes, thank you. I can never remember her name. Talmrin, and see if she has any residences she could suggest. Maybe a good, whatever.
A nice warm pipe somewhere.
Space Inn or future space tavern.
Yeah, so you send a message to Talmrin, and unfortunately, the real issue is that Shardik would have to squeeze through those pipes again, which is painful to him. Like, actually does damage to
Nobody
him.
wants that.
I just could you recommend a place to stay? Not necessarily in the pipes.
She can give you a couple of places. She does not recommend them per se because they are not very nice, but they would cost you about 1 credit per person per night. They are very cheap, and you kind of get what you pay for. But that's what she tells you.
Which one is the most discreet?
They are all roughly the same level of discreetness.
Awesome.
They're defined and categorized. They're very discreet.
Hasashir says, "In the meantime, will you assist me in repairing my repair robot? Ozzy or Shardik, the repairs, the upgrades to the ship will go much faster if we can get the robot back up and running."
Yeah.
Yes. Let's fix the robot.
Fixing the robot.
He's gonna head out here and start working. Yulia, Zyson, and Murphy, is there anything in particular you need to do?
I would like to maintain readiness because I feel like another attack is imminent.
Okay.
So I'm just like kind of laser at my side, ready for anything to go down, looking out.
Let me look at maintain readiness. You keep a watchful eye on your surroundings, hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. You take up a sentry position, make regular patrols, or monitor your ship's scanners to watch for trouble. If this downtime activity is interrupted by combat, including starship combat, you get a +2 circumstance bonus to the initiative check.
Murphy,
This
maintains
downtime
readiness.
doesn't provide any benefit to you if or your allies intentionally seek out combat. Okay, sounds good. Zyson, Yulia, anything in particular you would like to do?
Should we go scope out alternative places to stay? Just do a little walk around cruise, or do you want to stay here and?
If you wanted to do that, you could. I think I'm going to stay here. I would like to. Isn't there one that's uh, like read the lines of fate of somebody or something like that, and like a mysticism check and ponder their future?
Explore futures.
Yeah, I would like to do that on
Um,
Ozzy.
okay, Ozzy is busy though, is the issue.
Oh, they have to be like there, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, maybe I'll do a walkabout with Zyson, and could I also do the train with him thing?
If you're going to leave, it's going to be difficult to train.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, what training did you want to do? Did you just want to spar or something?
We'll work on our teamwork. We're going into some pretty serious situations.
Well, that might not be a bad idea if we have nothing better to do at the time. I wouldn't want to get rusty.
Not workout. There is one. Which one? Inoculate.
It's like you get bonuses to like aid another or something like that.
Drill.
Maybe.
Chosen task or crew action.
No.
Track technology. Coordinate. Coordinate. That's what it is. The following day, when you grant a creature you trained with bonus using aid another, covering fire, or harrying fire, you can increase that bonus by 1. So is that what the two of you want to spend most of today doing?
We can do that if that's what you're into.
If that's what I'm
If you
into.
think
Yeah,
that's the most
that's
useful
my
course of
thing.
action.
Any little bit helps.
Okay, so Ozzy, I'm going to move you down here because you need to be sort of on the ground floor, particularly given your height. Is
But
Bobbert
it's so
assisting?
tall. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bob's
but
gonna
like
assist.
there's the railing and you're like 3 feet high. Is Bobbert helping? Bobbert can help from like on top of the robot if you would
Yeah.
like. Okay. So you spend most of the day working on that. Hasashir, you take a break for lunch. You all probably have lunch together, including Sedona, and then go back to your activities.
Still got Ollie's rat during lunch.
Shardik and Ozzy, I would like for you to please make me a perception check. No reason in particular.
Well, Ryan was rolled well.
I need. Okay. So as you are working, you get this robot about to done, and you are both sort of looking at the robot, working on it, and Ozzy, you see just behind you suddenly something just like really strange happen. So Hasashir's standing behind you. He's kind of working at a toolbox, and it looks sort of from the behind you, like from the side of your vision, that Hasashir seems to like almost fade, and in his place, you see this.
What?
What? Ah, it's a Bozak.
Oh
He,
The
no!
bounty
this
hunter.
is a
Yeah.
green
Ah,
reptilian, you might say, creature
Reptoid.
who is just grinning at you, Ozzy, and he swipes toward you, and this is going to be an attack against you flat-footed.
It sure will.
24 against your flat-footed KAC.
Oh yeah.
Is that 4 more than your KA?
24? Yeah.
Okay. So you take 8 slashing damage, and you are grabbed by this creature.
Oh no!
And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Oh no!
Oh,
Ozzy, no! Hey. I mean, not yay, because Ozzy's probably going to get taken and killed.
I'm just worried about Hashish here.
Hey, what happened to the real Ash? Has it
Yeah.
been this guy the whole time?
It couldn't have been.
You'll
Maybe
find
under
out
the
next time, maybe.
floorboards.
Oh, shit.
Goodness.
Wow. Well, what an eventful and exciting session. Well, that was fun. Hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see if Ozzy's dead or not next time on Really Playing Games Starfinder against the Aeon Throne. Oh no, I'm Ozzy and I'm getting taken away.
It don't sound anything like that.